Hello, my name is Mark Depala, and I'm a candidate for one of the 3 directors of the Sequoia Healthcare District. November 4th, 2014, the voting public will have an opportunity to elect 3 new directors. There are 5 candidates seeking the 3 positions. I'm asking for you to vote for me, Mark Depala, and also for Jack Hickey and John McDowell. Why should you vote for Depala, Hickey, and McDowell? If the 3 of us are elected, we can stop the funding of the Sequoia Healthcare District. All the money comes from your taxes. Sequoia Healthcare District does not operate or care for Sequoia Hospital since 1996. Sequoia Hospital was sold to Dignity Health in 1996. The Sequoia Healthcare District has reserves over $11 million. The reserves have come from you, the taxpayers. A little history of Sequoia Healthcare District. In 1938, a group of 9 women appealed to the City Council in Redwood City to serve the communities of southern San Mateo County. In 1946, the voters approved the creation of Sequoia Hospital District. Construction of the hospital began in 1949. As one of the first district hospitals in California, the hospital was dedicated on October 1950. This was a wonderful accomplishment of tax dollars. Again, Sequoia Healthcare District does not operate Sequoia Hospital as of 1996. Depala, Hickey, and McDowell see no need to waste your tax dollars on a charity-based current Sequoia Healthcare District. Litton Gardens, located in Palo Alto, Santa Clara County, it is an example of bad grants given, which means free money. Why would your taxpayer dollars fund an organization that's not even in San Mateo County? I'd still like to know that answer. Special interest groups should not benefit from your tax dollars. This is not what the Sequoia Healthcare District was formed to do. The mission was to build Sequoia Hospital. Sequoia Hospital is doing quite well, and the owner is Dignity Health, and they're doing a great job since 1996. About 18 years, the hospital has been free of your tax dollars. Why do we need a CEO of Sequoia Healthcare District? The district does not own or operate a hospital as of 1996. The CEO's salary is more than the governor of the state of California. You will hear from the other 2 candidates, Art Faro and Jerry Sheffren. Faro and Shefren want the Sequoia Healthcare District to continue on their course of being a charity-based district. Issues would be brought up from the other candidates, such as helping schools. Special district missions, such as Sequoia Healthcare District, are not to fund school district. Please believe me, the school districts will not suffer if Sequoia Healthcare District current mission is stopped. As we all know, once a bureaucracy is established, it's hard to disband. If you vote for Depala, Hickey, and McDowell, we will be on the majority on the board of directors and will be able to stop the request of money to Sequoia Healthcare District from the County Budget Performance Department of San Mateo County. Depala, Hickey, and McDowell, if elected, we will try to find a solution to put back the reserves. Jack Hickey is currently a director of the Sequoia Healthcare District, and he has been the only director that wants the district stopped from being a charity-based district. Please vote on November 4th, 2014 for Depala, Hickey, and McDowell for the directors of the Sequoia Healthcare District. Please go to my website, www.mjd4shd.com, and thank you very much.
I'm Jack Hickey. This November's Sequoia Healthcare District election is about legitimacy. Sequoia Hospital District, created by voters in 1946, built, owned, and operated Sequoia Hospital with funding from property tax revenue assessed for that purpose. The district sold Sequoia Hospital in 1996. The hospital district, renamed a healthcare district, continues to collect taxes and has assumed a new philanthropic purpose never approved by voters. Inspired by a grand jury report, which I will mention later, I ran for a seat on the Sequoia Healthcare District Board of Directors in November of 2002. That election saw 7 pro-grand jury challengers splitting the vote for 3 open seats. There were 52,000 votes cast for the challengers, 33,000 for the 2 incumbents. This allowed the 2 incumbents to retain their seats. Had there been only 3 challengers, the Sequoia Healthcare District would no longer exist. I have been the lone minority vote on the board ever since. From 1995 to 2001, unable to give away its revenue fast enough, the district built up a large reserve which caught the attention of the San Mateo County Civil Grand Jury. That grand jury recommended that the Sequoia Healthcare District should reduce property taxes for district taxpayers unless, in a future election, voters approve expenditures for purposes which they had not previously approved. They further stated that by this reduction in property tax receipts, to be requested under the Revenue and Taxation Code, property taxes would be lowered for all district taxpayers. The majority of directors never sought voter approval for their giveaway program. Instead, they expanded the giveaway, writing big checks for San Mateo County's Children's Health Initiative, the San Mateo County Medical Center, a nurses training program which does not require payback even if the nurses are employed in Palm Springs, $2 million per year in backdoor subsidies to school districts. The district now proclaims that they are returning 100% of property tax revenues to the community. Does it take a CEO with salary and benefits over $230,000 per year to write those checks while managing 1 full-time and 3 part-time employees? Directors attend 6 regularly scheduled meetings per year. They sit in judgment on the goodness of nonprofits seeking grants to whom they can give property tax dollars. Grateful recipients promote re-election of these directors. Should they receive compensation of more than $14,000 per year for health insurance premiums? I suggested that the board replace this with a meeting stipend, typically $100, as is done by the Peninsula Healthcare District. My suggestion was rejected. Director Farrow, who is running for re-election, said he didn't care what Peninsula Healthcare District did. In 2013, the grand jury asked, is the healthcare district providing services outside of its boundaries? Should the healthcare district continue to exist and or continue to receive public funds, or could another entity provide services more efficiently? The answers are clear. The district no longer owns a hospital. It has outlived its purpose. Voters will have a real choice in the district election on November 4th. 3 seats of the 5-member Sequoia Healthcare District Board of Directors, currently held by Jerry Shefren, Art Farrow, and myself, are up for re-election. Farrow and Sheffron were survivors of the 2002 election. With the entry of challengers Mark Depala and John McDowell, voters will have an opportunity to elect 3 directors who are committed to bringing the legitimacy issue to the voters. Give voters a choice by electing Jack Hickey, Mark Depala, and John McDowell to the Sequoia Healthcare District Board of Directors on November 4th. Control of the Sequoia Healthcare District Board of Directors is at stake. Vote for Hickey, Depala, and McDowell. I'm Jack Hickey.
Hello, my name is John McDowell, and I'm running for the Sequoia Healthcare District Board. I'd like to thank the Midpeninsula Media Center for allowing me this opportunity to speak directly to you, the voters in our district. When I tell people that I'm running for the Sequoia Healthcare District Board, many people look quizzically at me and say, "Oh, you mean Sequoia High School?" I say, "No, that's the high school district. This is the healthcare district." And then they say, "Oh yes, Sequoia Hospital." And this is where things get interesting, because the Sequoia Hospital District was formed to build and run Sequoia Hospital, which it did for many years. We have a great hospital in our area. In fact, many of you watching may have been born there. But about 18 years ago, the district sold the hospital and changed its name to a healthcare district. The hospital is now owned by Dignity Health. The district has no longer any connection with the hospital, yet it still collects $9.5 million of your property taxes every year. What is that money spent on if it's not spent on the hospital? Well, the district spends it on programs promoting wellness, essentially giving money to local nonprofits and to other government entities in the district. Voters have never ever approved that. So my platform is simple. My platform is to renew, refocus, and reform the district. By renewing, what I mean is that voters should be able, through a referendum, an advisory referendum, to renew their support for the current philanthropic purposes of the district. It acts like a private foundation Would the voters like it to continue to do that or not? Secondly, I think we should refocus the district's spending priorities. No matter the outcome of that referendum, I believe that the district should be spending its money directly on services for property taxpayers in the district. You know, over the last 10 years, the district spent almost $10 million in supporting the nursing program at Kenyatta College. Now, that's a great thing. A nursing program is a great thing, and I'm glad Kenyatta College has that. Unfortunately, the district forgot to say to those students who are taking advantage of the program that, hey, we'd actually like you to work within the district. So what happens? Voters spend $10 million. We train about 375 nurses or so, and most of them work somewhere else. Alameda County, Santa Clara County, San Diego, Nevada. Only about 50 or so work in San Mateo County. And since the district is only 1/3 of the county, that's about 20 nurses for $10 million. Not a great return on investment. I'd also like to have the district be reformed in its governance. The district has an executive director. He does a great job, but he's paid more than the governor. Let that sink in. The executive director of the Sequoia Healthcare District is paid more than the governor, and he supervises 1 full-time employee and 3 part-timers. In my view, that's bad governance, and that needs to change. Well, I can't reform, refocus, and renew the district without the support of you and others. We need a majority on the board. That's why I'm running as a team with Jack Hickey and Mark Depala. All 3 of us agree that the voters should be able to decide through an advisory referendum whether they'd like to keep the current philanthropic purposes of the district or whether they'd like the district to be shut down since it's done its job and have those property tax monies returned to struggling schools and strapped cities. Now, all 3 of us don't agree on everything, but we do agree on the fact that voters need to decide. So this coming November 4th, I ask for your support and vote for me, John McDowell, and our team, our reform team, Jack Hickey and Mark Depala. I want to thank you for this opportunity and have a great day. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Jerry Shefren, President of the Sequoia Healthcare District Board, and I'm running for re-election this November. I would like to give you some background about myself and the district to help you make an informed decision when you vote on November 4th. I've been a practicing physician on the peninsula for 40 years, and I've also held administrative roles at hospitals and health plans over the past 20 years. My broad experience in many levels of healthcare gives me a strong background on how to best invest resources to make our community healthier. My 3 main objectives, if re-elected, are 1, to improve the ability of the district to measure outcomes of the programs we support, 2, identify and collaborate with other entities to increase the return on our investments, and 3, to research new and innovative programs that provide preventive health benefits for our residents. The Sequoia Healthcare District was originally formed in 1946 as the Sequoia Hospital District to build Sequoia Hospital. I am confident the voters at that time determined that building a hospital was an excellent way to create a healthy community. In 1994, the California State Legislature changed hospital districts into healthcare districts, recognizing that the needs of a healthy community had changed. Key among those changes was the dramatic shift of healthcare services out of hospitals and into the outpatient setting. We no longer want to put people into hospitals, now we want to keep them out of hospitals. The district receives approximately $9.5 million in tax revenue each year. That comes to approximately $43 per resident. The district invests 100% of the tax dollars received each year in programs your elected board believes will improve the health of district residents now and long into the future. As an example, the district promotes healthy lifestyles through grants to public schools and other agencies. District programs have placed over 250 defibrillator devices throughout the community to treat cardiac arrest victims, and we provide CPR classes free to district residents as part of our HEART program.
We are providing almost $3 million to our schools for school nurses and health programs of all kinds. We provide over $1 million in grants to organizations with demonstrated success in treating health problems and especially providing preventive health programs. We improve access to health care through funding of the Samaritan House Free Clinic in Redwood City and funding health insurance for children. This $9.5 million investment makes our community healthier now and will do so long into the future. Some have called for a referendum to determine if Sequoia Healthcare District should continue. They argue that since the district does not own a hospital as originally voted on 68 years ago, current residents should be asked to vote on this again. This does not make sense to me for the following reasons. 1, property taxes will not change no matter what the result of the referendum, and your tax dollars will be just as before. A referendum will cost taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars, which could be better used for health care programs. And third, a lack of any significant controversy about the district suggests that voters will strongly support a continuation of the district. My fellow board member and I, Art Farrow, and I strongly support the continuation of the Sequoia Healthcare District as it currently exists and pledge to invest your tax dollars wisely on your behalf to make this a healthier community. Thank you.